Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm Diane Daniels. Sadness and a celebration of life tonight in St. Joseph, Michigan, after hundreds of family members and friends honored Denise Bone Stewart. Tragically, the popular local radio host and former WSBT 22 reporter was murdered early last week. Police say her husband shot her before killing himself. Visitation for Denise began at 2 this afternoon at the First Church of God. Her funeral was held at that same location this evening. Those who spoke at the service talked about the impact Denise had on so many lives throughout the community. One person describing her as a beacon of light of all that is good, even when telling tales of evil. And Denise did report on a lot of difficult stories during her career, always with grace, and certainly never dreaming she would be the subject of such reporting. Today's tributes went on all afternoon and evening, 4 hours of visitation followed by a funeral and then a balloon release. WSBT 22's Danielle Kennedy was in St. Joseph covering the tribute, and Danielle, certainly a tough day as we say goodbye to a friend.
No, but Denise...
Boy, Danielle, seeing that shot of the kids in the church watching that balloon release, it is a powerful and heartbreaking image.
And Diane, there were so many beautiful comments about Denise today at the service, including when the pastor directly addressed her young children, promising them that their mom will be safe in heaven and she's watching over them.
And they were also giving out these lapel pins today as people came to pay their respects. Pink, of course, as a reminder of breast cancer awareness, certainly a cause that was near and dear to Denise's heart. She, of course, a survivor of breast cancer herself.
You know, and prior to her death, Denise was helping to organize the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure event in Kalamazoo. And Diane, that event will still go on as scheduled on May 14th.
I'm sure lots of folks are going to be running in that, certainly in Denise's memory.
I'm certainly planning to as well.
All right. Danielle, thank you for
your
reporting today. Denise is survived by 3 children and 1 stepchild. Contributions can be made to the Bone Stewart Children's Education Fund. You can see all the information right there on your screen. Donations are being accepted at the Starks and Menchinger Funeral Chapel. They were handling today's arrangements. The address is 2650 Niles Road, St. Joseph, Michigan, 49085. We're going to post that for you. It's already on the website, and you can also find it on the WSBT 22 News app. All right, thanks, Ed. All new tonight, in fact, just in within the last hour, Ted Cruz and John Kasich's campaign managers jointly saying they're going to shift their focus on the upcoming primaries, all to try and block Donald Trump. Cruz going to set his sights on Indiana. Kasich will try to lock in on Oregon and New Mexico. Now, prior to that, Kasich had planned to be in Indiana this coming Tuesday. CBS correspondent Brian Webb has more on the weekend campaigning. A big celebration and fundraiser at Notre Dame is underway online right now. The university's annual Notre Dame Day live web broadcast is in progress. It runs until midnight tomorrow night. Now, earlier this evening, the Notre Dame Men's Glee Club was performing.
Blow ye winds, blow ye winds, blow ye winds.
The 29-hour-long live online broadcast from the university will feature more performances, plus interviews and celebrity guests. And I'm going to be there for the last 3 hours of Notre Dame Day tomorrow, helping them out there on the anchor desk. And to find a link to the live stream for Notre Dame Day, search for that web story on the WSBT 22 News app. And stay with us. Still ahead tonight, prom season taking a terrible turn in the state of Wisconsin. We'll have more on the gunfire outside of the prom that left a suspect dead.
April showers bring
Mayflowers.
Yeah, Mayflowers.
All right, thanks, Ed. And stay with us. We'll be right back with more news. Authorities say they discovered marijuana growing operations at 3 of the 4 locations in rural southern Ohio, where 8 family members were found shot to death execution style on Friday. But they say it is still unclear what, if any, role those growing operations had in the killings. 7 adults and a teen boy were found dead, all shot in the head. It happened Friday at homes near Piketon, Ohio. The local sheriff there today warning surviving adult family members of that group that was targeted to arm themselves. School officials in Wisconsin say officers outside of a prom where an 18-year-old opened fire, wounding 2 students, prevented what might have otherwise been a disaster of unimaginable proportions. The Antigo School District says the suspect shot at 2 prom goers as they left the dance, wounding both of them. An officer returned fire, killing the suspect. Well, this Tuesday, 5 states hold primaries that may very well put the leading candidate within reach of the delegates needed to clinch the presidential nomination. One rising protest vote, though, is coming from millennials. Reporter Scott Thuman has more.
We can row.
I just like the backflip.
Whenever he wins, you enjoy that, don't you?
I do.
Pretty impressive.
All right, thanks, Carl. Stay right here. We're back to check your forecast next. Well, finally for us tonight, check out some of the scenes from Bark in the Park. Pet owners encouraged today to bring their furry friends out to watch the South Bend Cubs at Four Winds Field. The team is on the road this week. Your next chance to see them at home coming up on May 2nd. Don't know if you can bring the dogs to that one, but that's always a good event.
Sometimes they have the bat dog, too, who goes and collects the bats from home plate.
Good stuff.
Warmer tomorrow. We'll see a cold front move through, cooling us down the rest of the week.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're back tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m.